Today, we're taking a trip to a planet that sounds like it was ripped straight out of a science fiction novel. We're talking about a world with weather so extreme, so totally alien, it's almost hard to believe it's real.
Yeah, you heard that correctly. We're not talking about water, not even something like acid rain. We are literally talking about a downpour of molten glass being blasted horizontally through the air by winds moving at unbelievable speeds.
That is the big question, right? It's the exact same one that had astronomers scratching their heads, and it's the one we're going to answer right now. Our journey to understand this impossible weather starts about 640 light years away from us. So let's meet the planet responsible for this whole phenomenon. Its official name is WASP-76b, and it is a true cosmic monster. WASP-76b is what astronomers call an ultra-hot Jupiter. Basically, it's a giant gas planet that orbits incredibly close to its star, and that creates one of the most extreme environments we have ever discovered. This crazy setup is what gives us the first crucial ingredient for glass rain. And that first ingredient is heat. Just a staggering amount of heat, an inferno on a planetary scale. And WASP-76b has that in spades, all thanks to a pretty weird orbital situation. You see, the planet is tidally locked. Think of it like our moon and the Earth. We only ever see one side of the moon, right? It's the same thing here. One side of WASP-76b is in a permanent, scorching hot day, and the other side is trapped in an endless, dark night. This split creates a temperature difference that is just mind-boggling. We're not talking about a warm afternoon versus a chilly evening. No, this is like having two completely different worlds on one single planet. The day side gets up to over 2,400 degrees Celsius. That is hot enough to literally boil iron. Just let that sink in. On this side of the planet, rocks and metals aren't solid. They're not even liquid. They're just a gas floating around in the atmosphere. But that's only half of the story.
Okay, on to our second key ingredient. This is the one that explains the whole sideways part of the rain. We've got the heat, now we need something to move it all around. And that something is unbelievably powerful wind.
The winds on WASP-76b have been measured at over 8,700 kilometers per hour. To put that in perspective, that's more than 20 times faster than the most powerful hurricane ever recorded here on Earth. It's a speed that's honestly hard to even wrap your head around. And this is where our two ingredients connect. That huge temperature gap between the superheated day side and the cooler night side creates an insane pressure difference in the atmosphere. And that is what drives these supersonic winds, constantly whipping from the hot side over to the cold side. So we have our ingredients, right? We've got vaporized minerals on one side, and we've got hypersonic winds to carry them. Now let's put the recipe together and see exactly how this impossible weather gets made. It all happens in four main steps. First, vaporization. The crazy heat on the day side boils rock, which releases silicates. That's the stuff glass is made of. Second, transportation. Those supersonic winds grab that silicate gas and just blast it around to the cooler night side. Third, condensation. As soon as that hot vapor hits the colder air, it cools down really fast and condenses into tiny little droplets of molten glass. And finally, precipitation. These droplets start to fall like rain, but they're immediately slammed sideways by those relentless 8,700 km/h winds. You know, understanding a world like WASP-76b does more than just give us a wild piece of trivia. It really forces us to zoom out and think about the unbelievable variety of planets that must be out there in the universe. For centuries, the only planets we knew were the ones in our own solar system. But discoveries like this one just prove that the rules we think of as normal here on Earth are just one of countless possibilities. Planets are these incredibly complex systems that can create things we haven't even dreamed of yet. The discovery of WASP-76b is just this profound reminder that the cosmos is filled with wonders that really challenge our imagination. And it leaves us with a really exciting question to think about. If a world of sideways glass rain is real, what other impossible planets are just waiting out there to be discovered?